I started it.
Cody's dead.
Really? What happened to him?
He got in an accident.
Like Morgan?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first edition of a new show called Campfire Hoops. To keep it as simple as possible, me and Josh are going to talk basketball once a week.
Yeah, Cody doesn't watch basketball and he doesn't care about basketball, so we decided for the best interest of the listeners that we would not put him on the basketball show.
Right.
So did we agree that this is going to come out weekly, like the main show?
Yeah, this one's going to come out this episode will be out tomorrow. But after that, this is going to be a series coming out on Fridays.
All right, so this will come out on Fridays. It's not going to affect the main show whatsoever.
It's actually just more content.
Yeah,
so.
For anyone who likes basketball has this to look forward to, and hopefully if you don't like basketball, you could still look forward to listening to us.
Yeah.
I had something to say and I just forgot.
Because we always are watching basketball while we're filming, and we always want to talk about it, but it's hard with Cody there.
Oh, it's not going to be as long as the main show, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be
like a mini
probably
episodes.
under an hour most of the time, unless maybe playoff episodes can get a little longer, but especially right now at the point of the NBA season.
And we're also going to hopefully in the future have some more shows like this, like other people, other combos of people, and other like what do you say, like other
teams
groupings? Yeah. But we're gonna stick with this for now. We don't want to
we have some ideas, but we're gonna
sorry, I got like that was so awkward because like the recording got messed up and then I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, we have ideas. We just don't want to do it all at once. We want to slowly introduce it because we have a long-term plan for the channel.
Yeah, let's talk about that on the main show episode with Cody because he'll be involved in other stuff.
Right.
For this, we're just gonna.
And we talked to Cody and he's on board with this, just like me and Cody have eats on the YouTube channel. So,
we should get into basketball.
Yeah. So we're gonna come with plans every week, unlike that main podcast. But this week we don't have a plan. We were just gonna.
Well, it's just gonna be like an introduction. Like I wanted to talk about how we both got into basketball, like what we like, who we like, just like introductory stuff, so that going forward, you can know what to expect for example, like what teams we like, and like if we have biases, we'll try not to be. Well, I don't know. Are we gonna try to be like an unbiased show, or are we gonna?
We're still fans, but I'm not gonna be delusional on the show.
All right. Well, we might have to keep each other in check then.
Yeah. So
we could start off. I was thinking we could start off by just saying how we got into basketball.
So I got into basketball when Kobe died. I remember hearing about it, and I just I don't know. I think I just threw on a game that night, and then I also started just shooting around outside sometimes too.
Do you remember where we were? Because I do.
Yeah, we were in Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where we were when Kobe died.
It was weird. That was right around when COVID was starting too, right?
It was weird too because I wasn't a basketball fan at all, but it affected me. It made me pretty sad.
Yeah.
Because I knew who he was and stuff. This was right before everything shut down too. So then I started watching, but right as I started watching, I think a couple weeks later, everything shut down, including the NBA.
Yeah.
So.
And then when the NBA stopped, how long did it take for them to go to the bubble?
So it stopped, I think, in March, and then the bubble. I think the bubble started in August or July. Because I remember the finals were in October. Because it was such a weird
The bubble started in July.
Yeah. Okay.
And it went to October. So that's how I started watching it because you were watching bubble games, and then I was like, that looks really weird. Basketball looks really weird in the bubble, and it intrigued me.
I remember I was all alone, sitting watching. I think it was Heat. It wasn't Yeah, you know what?
Was it the Pacers and Heat?
No,
Because they played that in the playoffs that year, I think.
no, it was later on. I think you came out and you watched. Oh, I don't. Was it Heat? Was Heat Bucks the second round matchup?
Yeah. I'll look up. I'll just pull it up.
Because
NBA.
I know they swept the Pacers in the first round.
I might have watched the Bucks game because I was like, I might be a Bucks fan. Then I was like, no, I'm not gonna.
They swept the Pacers in the first round, right?
So it was Pacers 4-0. Yeah, and then they beat Milwaukee 4-1,
And
then
they beat
Boston.
Boston in six.
Yeah,
So it was probably the Bucks series. It was probably the last game of the Bucks series.
yeah. And then I watched. I don't remember watching a lot of Boston games. I remember watching the finals though.
Well, you did watch the Boston games because remember you watched Bam's block. That was one of like your first
Oh, yeah.
moments of basketball.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I became a Heat fan after watching the Heat's bubble run.
so I became a Nuggets fan, and it was the night I got into basketball. I just threw on a game, and that was the game that was on. So like, you can't like nobody can call me a bandwagon. Why is Devin Booker's face like? Did you see
Orange.
that? Yeah. Also, probably most of the time we're gonna have basketball on while we're filming this to keep us in the
You know what I
in
realized?
spirit.
You know,
What?
I realized like during the off season, this show's gonna be like,
It's gonna be a tough one. We'll play a lot of games in the off season though.
yeah,
I don't think so though. Free agency and stuff.
yeah,
We'll be fine. But yeah, I was a Nuggets fan before the bubble even started. So we were like the 3 seed going into the bubble. So it's not like I can be called a bandwagon because that was before Jokic was like had fully broken out. Jamal Murray's bubble reign didn't start yet, so the bubble was crazy though now that I think about it.
yeah. We both started liking a team just because we put one of their games on, and then we were
Yeah.
like, oh, I like these guys.
That's wild. And then it ended up last year our teams met in the finals.
Yeah, so
It's like hard. It's like weird for me sometimes to wear Nuggets stuff now because like we live in Connecticut. Like how often do you see a Nuggets fan in Connecticut?
well, I don't think
That's not a bandwagon, but
same with Miami. Like
yeah,
most people around here are Celtics fans, which
so annoying.
sucks because obviously the Heat and the Celtics have a little bit of a rivalry.
There's like two things that are always constant with me and Josh, and it's that we both hate the Sixers and the Celtics.
Yeah, I gotta say though, I don't really mind the Sixers as much this year.
I just hate Embiid, but
Well, I don't like-
that's
for
a
me-
given.
For me, it's like the Philly fan base, and they're kind of
Yeah.
the same as like the Boston fan
Boston's
base.
fan base. Boston's fan base is one of the most delusional fan bases.
Yeah, I don't want to like alienate any like listeners, but I'm not a fan of Boston at all.
Yeah.
We went to Boston for a game. Well, there was a Heat game in Boston, and we went. And I think, did we both wear Heat stuff, or did I just?
I was wearing a Bam jersey.
Yeah, and like the Heat lost. And then when we were walking back to like the hotel, people were like,
People like to heckle,
yeah.
which I mean that happens in sports, but like
No, I know.
why does I don't. It's got to be the lighting, right?
Yeah. You said you had a hot take. I wanted to talk a couple things about the Heat. I don't know if you have any like Nuggets
I mean,
things.
yeah.
And also, okay, I have a couple topics. I just remembered.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I have one big topic that I don't even know how much you can comment on it. I don't even know how much I can comment on it because it's not something I'm too familiar with. But
I'm gonna have basketball reference up a lot.
this is not my hot take. But I saw a list today of the top 10 layup packages of all time, and number 10 was Let me find it again.
That's the other thing I gotta say. Like about me, I don't know as much about like past NBA
Yeah.
stuff.
Me and Josh are by no means like expert analysts. We're
No,
just
like-
two fans of basketball. We're pretty like we're pretty well versed
Yeah,
fans.
I watch
we watch
any
basketball
game.
every night.
Yeah,
but
I don't just watch Heat games, and he doesn't just watch Nuggets games.
Right.
But I don't know like all NBA history. Like I'm still learning about it, so I probably would get called a casual by people, which is fine because
so
gotta start somewhere.
I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I'll be able to give you the full. Okay, so I can't give you the full list. It was top 10 unless I screenshotted it, but it was top 10 layup packages, and number 10 was a name So what I'm trying to get at is number 10 was a tie,
Okay.
and it was somebody. I think it might have been. Geez, did it say Ron Artest? I don't know, but it said a name / Jamal Murray. Was all time. So this person is basically saying Jamal Murray has a top 10 all time layup package.
Well, here's my question: was John Morant on the list?
I don't remember.
Because
I know Michael Jordan was 2, I think.
if I would say Jamal Murray has a spot on it, maybe if they consider John Morant like above him. I don't know if you
I mean Jamal Murray, his layup package is very ridiculous, but like I don't like
all time. Yeah, like
all time is crazy.
Kyrie's got to be above him.
Kyrie was 1, I think.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's makes sense then. But I feel like John Morant would have to be above him too.
I would agree with that. I mean, Derrick Rose was on there.
Yeah, but I feel like his was just like so short lived because he doesn't do that anymore, really.
I don't think he can with his knee.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of just off the top of my head who else has like circus layups. Like, that's the thing. I don't know like any older players that do.
I'm gonna try and find this video
Today, are there people that come to your mind directly today?
today.
Yeah, like obviously.
I mean, besides John Morant, and I mean Jamal Murray, yeah, he is up there. But
Kyrie. I feel like a lot of players aren't really known for like crazy layups.
there's definitely somebody we're missing. But
Let me. I'll look it up. Best NBA layup.
Allen Iverson, he was up there, I think.
Yeah, I never watched him play. I've seen highlights, but
I don't know. I swear to God, I saved this.
this is the type of stuff that we're gonna have to have.
Yeah, I really, really, really thought I saved it because I even wrote it in my notes, but I guess I didn't save it. But my whole point was, that somebody actually put Jamal Murray on there.
It's not ridiculous because there's not many people that are known just for layups.
Yeah, but I feel like since his injury, he hasn't done a lot of.
People are saying Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm. He was on that list.
Would you say Steph?
I don't know. I feel like just because of his size, some of the layups he makes.
MJ is like everyone's saying MJ, which
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, he was on that list too.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot him. Clyde Drexler.
He was on that list too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people saying Dwayne Wade. Kyrie, we already mentioned. No one said John Morant yet. Maybe he's too new.
John Morant does have nice layups, but he's also known for dunking. Like,
yeah, but
a lot of his circus shit is dunks.
Yeah,
but I know what you're saying. Obviously,
but that's what I mean. Like, there's like a lot of these names are just the same few people.
Yeah.
Some people say Kobe.
I mean, maybe.
What about like someone like Westbrook? I don't know if he's really.
No,
he
because
kind of just like explodes to the
there's
rim.
people that could make layups consistently, but I'm talking like strictly like the actual like package of layups, like
the acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy. Because if he's not top 10, he's like easily top like 25 easily.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to talk about the Pascal Siakam trade
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's getting a little overlooked. So the Pacers acquired Pascal Siakam and the Raptors acquired Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks. And also the Pacers got Kira Lewis Jr. from the Pelicans. Actually, they used that. They used that to then bring him to the Raptors for the trade. So they didn't actually get him. It was a 3-way trade.
Okay.
So basically, the big news is that the Pacers acquired Siakam, and really all they lost was Bruce Brown. But honestly, he hasn't been a big piece of their team this year.
They didn't lose picks?
They lost picks, but like,
Right.
it's not going to really affect them right now.
This year, yeah.
But I think Siakam with Halliburton, and also, I don't know if you saw this, but Siakam said that Miles Turner was one of the people he really wanted to play with
Mm-hmm.
because his like rim protecting complements Siakam's game a lot. So I feel like that trio is.
I
I know
mean,
Miles Turner's not really like a league superstar or anything, but
right, but you just so you took a team that has one of the is like shattering records for offensive rating like all time, and you gave them another good scorer and defender.
yeah,
Because
um,
Siakam was a pretty. I mean, he was. I would say he was one on the Raptors.
yeah, it
So
was like his team for a while. Well, and when Kawhi was there, maybe not, but
after Kawhi left, though,
yeah, now it's kind of Scotty Barnes'
did you see
team.
Chris Boucher is the only remaining
Yeah, that's kind of
champion?
sad.
Yeah,
Um, so in the Pacers roster now, they also have Benedict Mathurin, which I feel like he's not really having a good second year.
his first year was really good. I don't think many people expected that. I know you did. For
Yeah,
some reason, you were like so high on him last year, but
he's good.
you were right.
Buddy Healed, who I heard might get traded. Obi Toppin, who's actually been good for them.
Obi Toppin, he wasn't doing much on the Knicks, but
No, he didn't get played the right way in the Knicks, I don't think. Miles Turner. And then other than that, there's not really many, like TJ McConnell.
Jalen Smith's not that bad.
No, but he's not like
He's a good role player though on in that puzzle.
Jarius Walker, who's the rookie. I don't know how good of a year he's having. Let me see. He's averaging 4.6 points. But yeah, I think there's a couple teams that might actually make a nice little run. Like the Thunder. The Thunder are good.
And the Thunder are at the beginning of their rebuild too. If you look at their draft picks upcoming,
Yeah.
it's actually crazy.
In the next like 10 years, they're probably going to win a championship. Like,
They're going to. I don't see how at this point they could ever like fall low now because they just have constant people coming in. Sam Presti's a genius. That's all I gotta say.
yeah, he was patient. Do you think? I don't know if you want to get into this about Shea. Should I?
Are you gonna say about MVP?
No. Is he a top 5 in the league right now?
Yeah, no, he's top 3
Top 3 in the entire league?
right now. Yeah, I would say.
I don't think he's top 3 because then that puts him over Giannis, Jokic. I know you don't like him, but Embiid.
Doesn't put him over. It puts him over one of them.
What
Right
about
now,
like
for me right now, it's
what about Luca?
well for me right now. Top 5 is Embiid, Jokic, Shea, Giannis, then Luka.
Yeah,
I think Shea. I mean, it's so weird because like historically the NBA has always been a guard heavy like talent league. Like or not historically, but in recent history because obviously like early history of the league, like Wilt and all them and stuff and Hakeem were like the main people for a little while. Like the era you would not think that the past 3 years and then the 2 years before that you have a center and then power forward winning MVP.
yeah,
Because I mean, Giannis is a center on like what? How many teams? Like
he could be a center.
I mean,
He doesn't
yeah.
really play like a center though.
No, you're right, but um, it's like weird seeing two centers just duke it out for MVP.
Sorry, I was yawning. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win MVP this year.
It's actually really tight.
I don't
right
know.
now.
Like, I know you're a Nuggets fan, but I don't know if Jokic like has a chance to win it. Just because I feel like Embiid might have a better chance this year. Just
I mean,
because his numbers are
I
like,
could see that because of his numbers, but
and Shea also.
MVP is such a stat. It's such a stat heavy thing because, like, yeah, Embiid's numbers are better, but Jokic, his impact is 100 times better on the floor. His ability to, like, if you watch a Nuggets game, it's night and day. The play style from when Jokic is in to when he's not.
Yeah,
He slows the game down like it's ridiculous. I mean, I still think. I mean, this might be biased, but I think Jokic is better than Embiid. But
I think so
I'm
too.
not saying individual like stats. I'm just saying like overall what he can do for a team.
No, I would agree. I think I think when you're talking about affecting a team, I think most people have to agree it's Jokic.
Yeah. Like I still don't see how anybody in the West can beat a Jokic led team in four right now, or 4 games.
It's just because no one can guard him.
Like we go into Boston, Boston's 20-0 at home, and Jokic is pretty much toying with them the whole game. Like I know it was a close game, but Jokic does not like. He had 40 tonight against the Wizards on 15 for 20 shooting.
Boston does not have anybody for Jokic.
Porzingis can't. I mean, Drew Holiday played the best defense on him.
Yeah, Porzingis is not known for his defense, and Al Horford. I'm sorry, but he's not guarding Jokic in a series.
Is there anybody? Is there any? The only team that might be able to put up a fight is Minnesota, just because of their double lineup.
Yeah,
That might give him trouble, but then again, like he just has the vision. It's crazy.
the Thunder don't have a bad like shot either, because they have. I know Chet is not. He's not going to lock him up, but Jalen Williams, the power forward, Jalen Williams is a little underrated. I think he's like not bad defensively. Like if they because they have a lot of size on the Thunder,
Yeah.
they could throw a lot of different things at him. But I don't know. They're a young team. I don't think the Thunder are going to go very far in the playoffs. But
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think I think the Thunder need another year or two, just because experience wise.
yeah,
That team is so young. I think their average age is like 22 or something. Who is the Thunder's oldest player?
they have Do they have like
Oh, they're not the youngest team actually. I think the Hornets are.
yeah? Don't they have like Mike Muscala or something? I'm trying to.
Well, they
I
have
don't
Davis
remember.
Bertans too and Usman Dang.
Where's the Thunder? Oklahoma City. They have it might be Bertans.
Bertans is 31.
Dude, all these dates, birth date, 2002, 2003, 2002, 2002, 2000, 99, 99, 98, 2001.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, you know what else I saw on a college game the other day? There's another Jalen Williams in college.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The other thing that I was going to say is the Clippers turnaround has been kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because remember when James Harden first got traded there and they had lost like 4 games in a row or something?
Yeah.
Everyone was like clowning them.
I don't know if I trust. I still don't know if I trust a team like that though. Like look at what the Nets did their year when they had all those players.
I think this Clippers team is better than that Nets team though.
No, I agree with you. It's just like I don't know.
Okay, actually, I was going to say they're very top heavy, but their bench is not that bad.
No, it's not. I listen to the podcast. I listen to Podcast P a lot, and he always says like you can throw so many different looks at them because you can throw the same look 4 times with the 4 different guys,
Yeah.
and you'll have a different outcome every possession, that's like crazy.
I'm also so glad that Westbrook is like doing well again, because he's one of my favorite players. Just because like, not his.
He's so overhated.
He just is like a likable person to root for. I don't know if that makes sense, but oh my God, was that Jalen Smith?
Yeah.
He's going crazy right now.
He's having a revenge game. He was drafted by Phoenix.
Do you think the Suns screwed up trying to add Beal? Because I think them getting Kevin Durant was just enough. They didn't need to also get Beal.
I don't know why they fired Monty. It doesn't. I don't know that was like I think it was a premature move.
I think a lot of teams fire their coach for no reason, like the Bucks.
Yeah.
Are they any better this year?
No.
I know they got Dame, but
people use the coach as a scapegoat. Like look at
maybe the Sixers are better. Like that was a good change because they have Nick Nurse now.
Yeah, but Nick Nurse is a really good coach. Like,
Yeah, they upgraded, but the Bucks coach, what's his name? Like
I don't even know the.
something Griffin.
I don't even know. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't even know who the Bucks coach is. I couldn't tell you. I don't watch Bucks basketball ever.
And then the Suns have Vogel now. But like the Suns just gutted their team when they actually had, okay, maybe last year their bench was not good, but they got Kevin Durant, and then they had a couple of good people on their team, and then they traded them away to get Beal.
Yeah,
And then like I don't know.
they took the Nuggets to I think 6 last year.
I don't think they will this year.
I mean, I don't see the Suns winning a playoff series this year. So, like, genuinely.
It's these type of teams that are not like they're built for the regular season, but not the playoffs.
It's like how that Jazz team was that one year.
Yeah,
Do you remember that year? I think it was post bubble.
yeah.
They like had like the highest 3-point shooting percentage and stuff.
Like I'm trying to like a team that is like okay. I'll say for example Boston. I know people are gonna say I'm just being a Boston hater, but I don't think their team is built for the playoffs.
No, you're right.
Because who do they have coming off the bench that's gonna like be reliable?
Right. There isn't really many playoff built teams right now. Obviously, Denver's one. I mean,
Let's
Milwaukee,
dude. Milwaukee's in trouble in the playoffs.
Phoenix or Philly. I mean, Philly's gonna. I mean, an Embiid Jokic finals would be awesome just to watch.
Yeah,
Cleveland. Cleveland's the 4 seed right now. The Knicks. The Knicks are hot right now.
Actually, the Knicks look pretty good, especially with the trade.
Yeah.
They should have kept what's his name?
Quickly.
Yeah. I always get him confused with Quentin Grimes for some reason. They should have kept him. I don't really like RJ Barrett that much. I don't think he's like I think RJ Barrett's a little overrated. But Quickly's good. But yeah, the Knicks became a very defensive minded team, and that's what you need for a playoff run.
Right.
I think okay, if you know how the Heat beat the Knicks last year in the playoffs.
Was that a first round?
No, that was second because they had the Hawks first, I think.
The Knicks won a playoff series last year.
Yeah, they beat Cleveland, I think. Right?
So really?
Yeah, they made it to the. They made it. Hang on, let me pull up the playoff seeding. I was gonna say though, if that Knicks team faced the Heat last year, if they had their team they have this year, I think they would have probably beat the Heat. Let's see here. Yeah, they beat Cleveland in 5 actually.
That's actually interesting.
Also, Miami beat Milwaukee in 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if the Heat are gonna have that playoff run again, but that
They
run,
find a way. They find a way to pull it out though. Like
that's what I was gonna say. I know I'm a Heat fan, but don't sleep on them either to make it far in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler just performed. Like Jimmy Butler is one of those players that is built for the playoffs.
Yeah, it just sucks because I know his like he doesn't have 10 years ahead of him to like make the
Right.
playoffs. I don't want him
That's
to.
the good thing about Denver too. Like we have young talent. Jokic is not even 30 yet. Jamal Murray's not 30 yet. Christian Brown is a second-year player. Peyton Watson is blooming now.
Yeah, and you also
Julian
have,
Strawther.
you have like KCP, like Aaron
KCP
Gordon.
has a couple years. KCP has at least 5 years left. Aaron Gordon has 10. I mean,
They're one of the better built teams because I know they lost some like Bruce Brown and stuff, but
yeah, but if you look at it, we lost Bruce Brown for 20 mil, and we're paying Reggie Jackson like 5 mil or something, and he's
Yeah.
putting up better numbers than Bruce Brown was.
Reggie
last
Jackson is
year.
one of my favorite players. He's so underrated.
I'm so happy we got him a chip.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite like role players in the NBA. I don't know if would you consider him like a role player? He's more just a
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's almost like an off-court role player. Like
Yeah.
he's a really good. He's our bench leader. So is Russ still coming off the bench?
I think so.
That's gonna be really hard to stop in the playoffs.
I'm interested in the playoffs this year because a lot of teams changed a lot. Like
Yeah.
do you think the Mavericks have to like I mean, I was gonna say they have to do something big, but they got Kyrie, so like, what?
It's weird because they're stuck in that spot every year.
They're like, did you say this before? They're like the Jazz were a couple years ago.
No, I was saying,
Do you know what I mean by that though? Like they have people on there. Like the Jazz had Donovan Mitchell, they had Gobert,
yeah,
but they just couldn't get over the hump.
yeah. I don't know what team I would almost say they're like the Bucks before they won a chip.
Yeah,
They
but that Buck,
couldn't. I mean, the Bucks were still building up. The Jazz were kind of like already built, but
that Bucks chip year was pretty crazy because I always remember this TikTok of like Giannis highlights in the playoffs with like it's like has a Drake song and it's just Giannis like hyping up his team and like just playing in the playoffs and it's like that run was
Giannis that
underrated.
year was ridiculous.
Yeah,
His Giannis's performance in the finals was, I think it's like not talked about enough.
they had the Suns, right?
Yeah, I mean they beat him in six. Remember the Suns went up 2-0,
Yeah,
and then the Bucks didn't. The Bucks didn't lose a game after that.
no, yeah, like I don't know if I like Giannis really because I don't know. Do you
Is
feel like sometimes Giannis is like he like kind of like complains a lot? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I know what you're saying. I like
I think you know what though. I think it's just him being passionate. I think
yeah.
he just,
Giannis loves the game.
I
Like,
think he just wants to win so bad that he gets sometimes caught up in like.
right.
But love him or hate him, he's a freak athlete.
Giannis is a generational talent. There's
Yes.
how many people in the league left in the league right now are generational talents? You have LeBron, right?
Yep.
KD, Giannis. I even would say Luca is.
Yeah.
Um,
I was actually gonna say, would you consider him?
yeah. I mean, Jokic is. I mean, even
You might have to consider Embiid because he's for a guy his size to like play how he does is pretty impressive.
yeah, I would say Embiid is, and then, I mean, who else is there?
Do you consider like Dame and like Steph?
Okay, Curry is. I don't know if Dame. I don't know if I would consider Dame a generational talent. I gotta like a lot of that has to go to being able to perform in the playoffs and like
He does though.
yeah, but
Think about how
you,
far.
okay,
Think about
you're right.
he dragged some of those Portland teams to like wins they
Did you
should
see that
not.
Obi Toppin just dunked and hit himself on the head?
Yeah. Some of those Portland like playoff runs were actually
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Like that 60 when he had like 60 in that overtime game against the Nuggets.
If he had okay, that's what's scary about him because he has he has Giannis now.
Yeah,
And who did he have on those Blazers teams?
his best teammate was
CJ
CJ McCollum. Probably,
Like-
I mean, for most of it.
On the Bucks, he still has some good people. There's still good people on that team.
Yeah.
So maybe people are sleeping on them a little bit.
Do you think Anthony Edwards has potential
Yeah.
to be a generational talent?
Yeah.
Did you see that dunk where he pump faked and he stood there for a second
Yeah.
and he threw it off the backboard?
Yeah. I think Wembanyama is going to be.
He's gonna be really. He's shown some flashes.
What about Holmgren though?
Yeah, but he's not as like. I wouldn't consider him as flashy and like.
No, but okay.
He's
so
more of a fundamental ball player.
What if you put I can't say Wemby. What if you put him on that team instead of Holmgren?
I think they're. I mean the Thunder. I would say the Thunder are obviously contenders right now, right? Because they're a 2 seed. You can't say they're not.
Yeah.
But if you put Wemby on that team, that's really scary.
Yeah. There was some rumors about excuse me, there were some rumors about Trae Young wanting to play with him. And that's like if you get him a point guard like that, it would be crazy.
Who's this? What is he? Is Sohan right now? Is
Yeah.
that is
Well, there's what's that guy's what's his name on the Spurs? Hang on a second. I'll pull it up. I keep wanting to say
Is it-
Kai Jones, but it's not him because he's not in the league anymore.
is it Vassell?
Devin Vassell.
Yeah, Vassell.
He's not who I'm thinking of though. Who's the guy who's they said is actually pretty good? Hang on.
I don't know if the Spurs,
Oh, Trey Jones.
Yeah, I don't know if the Spurs have a future like that. Another team that like the Mavs is the Pelicans. They're falling
Yeah.
in that same spot every year.
I feel like Brandon Ingram should be on a different team.
I don't. There's a couple of teams that are just like the Bulls. There's these teams are just falling stagnant. Like
Well, I think the Bulls are on the cusp of rebuilding. Like they're
Yeah.
they're gonna do it. I
I
think.
think Zach Levine should head out. I
Um,
think the Nets are falling into a rebuild too.
the Nets are weird because the Nets are just a team of role players that got traded.
It's almost like what like in 2018 when they were like that.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
like
they were like that, and then they got Kyrie and Katie and stuff.
yeah,
Imagine being a Nets fan, how weird that must feel since 2018. How that team's changed.
they got like like they got like edged.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Um, speaking of, because I just brought up Trey Young, the Hawks have been talking about trading DeJounte Murray, and the Heat have been talked about a lot for his destination.
I feel like the Heat are talked about
Yeah,
in every trade rumor though.
they don't
The
get
Heat were
anybody.
supposed to get Beal. They were supposed to get Dame.
I'm glad we
like-
didn't get Beal though. The Dame one hurt. When I saw the Bucks, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But if we got DeJounte Murray, I would be happy. He would be good on there. He would be. We need a starting point guard. I know Lowry is still there, but I don't really think he's starting point guard material anymore.
Right. I
And
mean,
that's, like I still like Kyle Lowry. I think he's like serviceable, but I don't think he should be a starting point guard on a team that wants to be serious.
no, you're right, and that's just because of his age. And you know, at some point, he's gonna leave back to Toronto, even if it's for a year, or even if it's just on a 10-day.
Yeah,
But
like if you got
I
the
mean,
Heat,
he literally said it. He's retiring a Raptor. But so,
yeah,
um,
if you got the Heat, DeJounte Murray, he would be a starting point guard, and then you have Jimmy, Bam, and then I don't know. I don't really know. Like they play Caleb Martin sometimes as power forward. They play Kevin Love sometimes.
and Tyler with him,
Yeah,
and then you have Jaquez, Duncan coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Jovic too has been actually improving a lot.
Yeah.
Josh Richardson, not so much.
Have you
but,
seen all the Eli Ellis stuff?
No,
Do you know who he is?
I don't think so.
You know, Overtime Elite, like it's like a high school, like I think it's like a showcase for high school or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm just gonna look up exactly what it is. Overtime Elite is like so Overtime is obviously the basketball. It's a league for 16 to 20-year-olds based in Atlanta. It's just a basketball league, right?
I never heard about this.
But this kid, Eli Ellis, he's in the league, but he's been like scoring. He graduates in 2025. He's already committed to South Carolina, but he's on the season. He's averaging 33, and he's had two 50-point games already. He's 18, and he's only 6'1". But he's been like, I'm surprised you haven't heard of him. He's been like crazy. Like I'll just read you his points for the last couple of games. 50, 15, 36, 41, 21, 50, 40, 27, 10, 30, 44. That's all his games.
Wait, so you said he's like, what did he commit to?
South Carolina for
Oh,
college.
okay.
So he's in high school right now. He's 18. He's graduating in 2025.
I wonder if like I don't know. I feel like I've heard of a lot of people that do that in high school though.
He's a 4-star right now. So that's not, I mean, but everybody's saying like places like UNC and Duke are going to regret passing on him. But he's 6'1". Like that's going to become a problem no matter how good you are.
Yeah, I mean, how tall is like Steph? He's like 6'1", right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're good, like your height won't stop you. It's gonna make it a little more challenging for guys that are like 6'6". But
Yeah, you're right, but
how long have you been going?
40.
There's one more thing I can think of if you want
Yeah, sure.
to. Bronny James, like I don't know
I don't
if-
think Bronny's an NBA talent.
at all.
He's coming off the bench. I mean, I know he's a first year, but I don't think he wants to play multiple years in college.
That's the thing. I think he's gonna try to rush to the league because he knows his dad doesn't have a lot of time left.
He's going to get drafted. I just don't like. He's coming off the bench right now for USC.
Yeah,
How is that going to translate to the NBA? Bryce, on the other hand, he's going to be really good.
I don't know. I guess like Bronny's a really good defender, but he doesn't have like that confidence with his shot.
Yeah.
And is he not like he doesn't have that freak athleticism like LeBron or his other brother?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't
He's
even say Bryce is that athletic. He's just
Bronny is someone that I'd like to see like this. Like I'm not just saying this because I'm a Heat fan, but like if the Heat picked him up and developed him for a couple years, and like he bought into the Heat system and like learned defense through them, played in like the G League with them, I think he could develop really well. If he's gonna make it to the NBA, he has to make it on a team that is gonna develop him.
yeah. Like the Lakers, the Lakers aren't gonna. They're gonna like. I wonder how that would work if he gets drafted to the same team as LeBron. Like, how is the team going to treat him as like a rookie that's not like a lottery pick, and like
I
he's gonna come in for garbage time, or are they gonna like are they actually gonna let him play with like I don't understand how they're gonna do that.
I guess it depends where he goes and like where LeBron is.
Because I wonder if LeBron would leave L.A. Like if
Like if Bronny gets drafted like to the Hornets, I don't think LeBron's gonna go to the Hornets.
right.
He might ask to like try to get him traded there, but
But if you're a team though, like the Heat or something, and you see Bronny sitting there in the second round, like if you take him, why would LeBron not consider coming back to the
yeah,
Heat?
that's what I was gonna say. If he goes to the Heat, there's a good chance LeBron might want to like retire with the Heat.
Yeah. Even if he went to the Cavs, LeBron and Donovan Mitchell would be that would be a unique duo. But
I don't think the Lakers will be his last team. LeBron, I think he'll go like back to one of the teams he was on.
do you think LeBron would ever go to the Warriors?
Honestly, I think Steph would leave the Warriors before LeBron joined them.
I think the Warriors are gonna. I don't. I think this is the last year of the Warriors core together.
I don't think Draymond's gonna stay.
You think Clay's gonna retire?
No, I don't know. That would be sad if he did.
Yeah.
He might honestly need a change of scenery. There's so much pressure on him to be
What do you
like,
imagine Clay on like this Pacers team?
yeah, like I feel like there's so much pressure on him to be like the dynasty Clay still.
Yeah.
Like if he just changes teams and just like plays basketball as like a spot up like 3-and-D guy kind of, like it might help him. Like I don't want to see
Yeah,
him
you're
on like
right.
the Pistons or something, but if he joined like I don't know, a good like middle of the road team.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like maybe he would fit like the Mavericks, for example.
That would be. I mean, that would be good. I mean, this Pacers team. That's like almost like that's a really good fit for him.
Yeah.
The Knicks. I'm just trying to think.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's something he'd want to do, but it just like came to my mind. Maybe that would help him.
It would be so weird to see Steph or Clay in a different jersey.
I don't think Steph is gonna. I think he'll retire. I know as a Warrior.
Yeah. Did you see what Paul Pierce said about UD's jersey retirement?
Yeah.
You think he's just like bullshitting him?
No, because they don't like each other. Like those old Celtics teams and like the old Heat teams don't like each other.
I mean, absolutely not. It's not given. If for anybody that hasn't heard it, Paul Pierce said that UD's jersey retirement was like given just like as charity. That's just not true. Like UD was the core. He was the
Like
the
heart and soul.
backbone of
Yeah.
that Heat team
Yeah.
for 20 years, and like
He's the definition of like what being a Heat player means.
if you put Heat culture in a dictionary, you're gonna see a picture of UD.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. He said he invited Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett on his podcast to like hash things out. So because they actually like they don't like each other. Did you watch the Bam and UD interview?
no, I didn't.
Did you see like all the Bill Russell stuff
No.
where they were like I don't remember they were at the Celtics arena like pre-game hyping up like before the game.
Who was?
Like UD was like hyping up the Heat players.
With Bam? Like this was this season?
No, this was like a couple like I think it might have been Bam's rookie year.
Okay.
Like but Bam was there.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how Bill Russell came up, but he was like already dead, and UD was like, I don't give a fuck, fuck Bill Russell. Like we're here to win. Like and like like everyone was freaking out because he said fuck Bill Russell even though he's dead. I'm gonna try to pull up what made him say that?
Well, Bill Russell died 2022, so it wasn't.
Oh, it might
Oh,
have
here, hold
been.
on, hold
It
on.
might have been like
This
they,
here, I found the article. Um, he did apologize.
yeah, he wasn't
Um,
dissing Bill Russell. He was just saying like the Celtics organization more so.
he said, I have a lot of respect, love what he's done on the basketball court as well. Being a champion, I'm all about winning. If I apologize to anybody, it'd be Bill Russell's family. To the people of Boston, y'all got a better chance of wrestling an alligator. I'm not apologizing to you motherfuckers for nothing. But Bill Russell's family, I apologize because I might have come off as insensitive in the heat of the moment. But I got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Bill Russell. So as a man, if I came off wrong, I apologize.
Yeah,
You
I was
Boston motherfuckers, fuck you.
I was trying to figure out why he brought up Bill Russell. It might have just been because they were in Boston, but he talked about basically just like the stuff that like the Boston fans would yell at the players and like heckle them with, and it was like a lot of racist stuff. And they
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like playing in Boston. Like even LeBron has said, like the fans are.
I wouldn't want to. There's a couple of places I wouldn't want to go into, and it's Boston, Golden State in the playoffs, Philly,
Yeah, even like the Knicks, New York.
even Sacramento. That's become
Yeah,
a spot. Toronto. There's a lot of spots that are.
I feel like that's a good first episode.
Yeah.
We covered a lot.
Did you see? Did you see the Clippers like the wall thing?
Yeah,
That's so. I think that's so stupid. But I just don't think it's gonna like work. But yeah, I think we covered a lot. We're also gonna come with like. I know we covered a lot this episode, but um, we'll come with topics like set things. We're gonna play a lot of games on here. We have ideas, so
the trade deadline is soon, right?
should be. I mean, it's probably after the All-Star break.
Yeah, there's gonna be some cool stuff coming up, like the
Yeah,
All-Star.
All-Star break.
Yeah, we can do. We
I
can talk
think I
about.
think next week we should talk about, or we'll just talk about it when the list comes out of All Stars and stuff. Maybe next week we can make our All Star teams.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see how it's received. But other than that, this episode will be out Monday. We'll see you guys on Friday for the next episode. Look forward to that Friday, and then a new episode 37 of Campfire Sessions is out earlier today, Monday. And then after Friday, look for another episode Monday, if you guys can follow that. But just check the channel every now and then. Episodes come out. I mean, at this point, twice a week, different episodes, different series. So we'll see you guys.